Talk about the expectations for the 2008-2009 season coming in with you and Andy coming back healthy.
Well, I mean, I feel like the expectations were high because, you know, myself and Andy knew what type of players we are and knew we were going to be able to provide for the team. And, you know, the expectations for myself were always going to be the same. You know, I know I fought through a tough injury, you know, having the ACL, but, you know, I knew for myself that, you know, I was going to play at a high level, and I'm sure Andy thought the same way.
Those big wins that you guys had, you know, against, I mean, you guys had wins against Memphis, but before that, you guys defeated Florida and Kansas on a neutral site, and of course, with Kansas having a great season, winning the regular season Big 12 title, that really helped your status.
Definitely. I mean, just being able to, you know, go out of you know, our home state of New York and you know, get some big wins, like you said, against Florida and Kansas, you know, I think really helped us out, and then you know, Memphis as well. So you know, it just kind of really helped us out, you know, going into Big East play, knowing what we were going to face night in and night out, you know, in the Big East.
That game against UConn, that 6 overtime game, you played 61 minutes, scored around 22 points, and you fouled out. I remember you said after the game that you were kind of happy you fouled out.
Right. I mean, I probably wasn't happy that I fouled out, you know, but just, you know, at that time, you know, just mentally drained, and you know, physically, I think a lot of guys could have kept going because, you know, we're kind of built for situations like this, and you know, that's what we train for, you know, all year round. But you know, I mean, just being out there and being a part of a, you know, a historic game like that, you know, it drains you, but then after you kind of, you know, realize what just happened and what, you know, what we just did as a team, you know.
Knowing that a win over UConn would solidify a top 4 seed, talk about, like, you know, collectively the will and the, you know, the focus and the goals that you had going into that game.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, besides that game, I think that had to be our focus throughout, you know, the whole end of the Big East and going into the conference tournament play, you know, and obviously going into the NCAA tournament. But you know, just all our guys 1 through 12 had the same type of goal, and you know, we wanted to achieve it. And you know, not only was that, you know, making it to the NCAA tournament, but it was, you know, advancing and getting as far as we could get. You know, obviously we lost to a good team in Oklahoma, and you know, and which went on to play North Carolina. But you know, besides that point, you know, we had a successful season, and you know, guys worked hard, and you know, that 6 overtime game versus Connecticut, and I feel the whole Big East tournament, you know, will go down in history. And you know, obviously we are a part of that, a big part of that, and you know, it's something that, you know, never forget.
That run in the Big East tournament, the 2009, going to the finals and losing to Louisville, you know, in the second half, you know, Louisville just took off and everything. And but I wanted to ask you, like, 2006, you were a freshman when Jerry McNamara was making those big shots, and you guys won 4 games to win the Big East tournament as an 8th seed. And this year, of course, you know, the marathon against UConn, the overtime game against win against West Virginia, of course, Louisville, the great game against Louisville. Which run do you find more that you will remember the most 20, 25 years down the line?
I mean, that's a tough question right there. You know, the year, you know, 2006 when I did it with Jerry. I mean, that was just. It was incredible, you know, from an individual standpoint. Like, it's like what he did, you know, in every game really kind of, you know, brought everybody together and just trying to rally around him. But, you know, this year it was like, it was the whole team was really kind of a part of it. And everybody did, you know, their part to make sure that we advanced and you know, got to the championship game. And, but, you know, I just feel that, like, to a certain point, they're both, you know, that memorable, but, I'd probably have to say this year just from a team standpoint, you know.
From my dealings with you, you know, you're very, very generous, personable guy. Why are you so misunderstood? Why are cats, like, you know, have so many things to say about you, you know, because you're a passionate player and you're a very real, honest type of person. So people can't handle that?
I mean, I really don't know what it is, you know. I mean, obviously everybody's going to have their own opinion about me and, you know, whether they like me or not. They really don't know me as a person. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're, you know, basing that opinion off the basketball stuff. But maybe it's because I'm white and I have tattoos, or, you know, obviously, like you said, I like to show emotion on the court and I'm passionate about what I do. But you know, like, everyone's going to have their own opinion, like I said, and, you know, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. But you know, I know what type of guy I am and what type of person I am, and you know, the people who really know me know what type of person I am as well. So.
That's right, and that's what counts, you know. And it's funny, Lou Holtz said, you know what? From my players, I wouldn't mind if I had 50% of my players that had nothing but great things to say about me, and 50% of my players that had nothing but dreadful things to say about me. It doesn't matter as long as I know that I struck all my players in that certain way, you know. So
exactly,
you know, that's what it's all about. You know, you just got to be yourself, and that's how you are, you know, for sure.
Exactly.
And wanted to ask you, coming up in Michigan and everything, and going to Oak Hill, what made you go down to Oak Hill all the way down to Virginia, Mouth of Wilson, Virginia, for your senior year?
Really, you know, that move was based on, you know, some struggles I was having, you know, at the public school system in Michigan, and you know, maybe my grades weren't as up to par as they should be. So, you know, I think going to Oak Hill kind of, you know, provided me with a environment where I could, you know, get my work done and you know, have that help outside of the classroom as well. And then obviously, you know, the basketball part comes in, you know, Oak Hill being the #1 high school team in the nation, you know, year in and year out. So, I mean, everything else really just took care of itself.
And you played with Jamon Gordon, right, over there, right?
Right, yeah, Jamon Gordon, that's my man, yeah.
Yeah. What's he up to now? Because I know he declared for the draft, right, last year, right?
Right.
Okay. Is he playing overseas, or have you talked to him, or?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him, you know, periodically. You know, I probably talked to him about a month or so ago, and you know, I know he's with the 76ers and with their summer league team, and then he decided to go over to Italy, where I know he's making, you know, pretty good money, and I think he just signed a 1-year deal, so I think he told me he's gonna be in some summer league team and, you know, hopefully be able to make a team.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And what made you choose Syracuse? You know, what did Coach Boeheim? What was what struck you? What about him struck you to want to play for him?
I mean, you know, obviously the resume speaks for itself when you talk about Coach Boeheim, and just knowing what he's accomplished as a basketball coach, and you know, all the things that, you know, comes with Coach Boeheim in Syracuse. I mean, Carmelo Anthony and, you know, all the players, Dave Bing, you go back that far. But you know, and obviously it didn't hurt to, you know, have, you know, assistant coach Murphy from my home state of Michigan, and just making it that much more comfortable for me. So, I mean, everything just kind of felt right, and you know, that was why I came here to Syracuse.
And I have to say, if you come back for your senior year, you have a chance of being the all-time leading scorer at Syracuse. I mean, you know, talk about how special that would be for you.
Oh, I mean, that'd be huge. You know, just knowing all the players that came to Syracuse, and you know, being able to have the opportunity to, you know, become the all-time leading scorer at a program like such historic as Syracuse would be, you know, a huge honor. But you know, whatever happens, you know, and I'm really kind of happy of the career that I had at Syracuse, and you know, I'm happy that I chose Syracuse.
What's your plans for the summer?
I'm not really sure, man. I know I'm probably going to be working out in Atlanta and trying to work out in the city. You know, I know some guys out in the city, and hopefully I can get, you know, back and forth from those two cities.
Okay. Well, when you're in New York, you and I discussed it, when you're here in New York, you know, we got to get you in the studio or get you on location in the city for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's definite, man. That's not a problem.
Definitely, absolutely. Well, Eric, I want to say thank you for your time. I know it's a busy time right now, you know, with spring semester rolling down and everything like that. And I know you had a long, strenuous and rewarding season. And I want to thank you for your time in this busy time right now. I appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. That's not a problem. I appreciate you having me.
Thanks a lot, Ian. We'll talk soon.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.